Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Lion's Den. Today, I want to do a romance reading for Kai-Soo. I kind of already did a part one, but mostly I got kind of work related thoughts from both of them. So I decided to do a part two to my Kai-Soo reading and have it centered more around romance or see if I even get anything romantic around the second time. Now, before I get started, I would like to say, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you want more readings like this. Make sure that if you want any couple or any ship from any K-pop group or, whatever, just leave a comment in the comment section underneath the video or let me know. And if you want a reading by me, all of that information will also be in the info box below. So let's go ahead and get started. Right now, I'm going to use my Romance Angel Oracle deck to see what the overall energy behind Kai's feelings for Dio is. Let's see what romantic energy Kai has for Dio. Ooh. Okay, so from Kai's point of view, we have playfulness. Hold on, let me see. Playfulness. Playfulness says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to a spirit of fun to shine. This to me actually kind of captivates Kai's personality quite well. Also, chemistry comes out. And this says there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So he's definitely very strongly attracted to do. So let's go on and see how Dio feels about him. Where is Dio's romantic feelings at when it comes to Kai? Where is Dio's romantic feelings? Ooh, that's a lot of cards. So I'm kind of not going to throw out all of those. I only want to grab two. So can you give me an overall feeling of trust? Okay. This came out in the first one, actually. Can I get another card for Dio's feelings for Kai? Ooh. Trust and honeymoon. Okay, so trust for Dio, it says, this situation is calling for you to have faith, and honeymoon says, enjoy the bliss of holiday together. So with this, it kind of just tells me that Dio just really, really enjoys spending any time that he gets to spend alone with Kai. Also, that he has a lot of faith and trust in Kai. And if you remember the first reading, which I'm going to probably put up, I'll probably put that one up after I'll put them up at the same time. But in the previous reading, basically what I got is Dio trusts Kai so much. Like Dio has so much faith in Kai, and their relationship and their bond is extremely strong. I really can't really describe how strongly connected he is with Kai and how much faith he has in Kai. You would have to watch the other video to find out. But let's go on into their relationship some more. For Kai, let's see what Kai wants from Dio. Right now, I'm using my Santa Muerte deck. I'm not used to using this one, so I either may actually look in the book for this tarot deck or just switch tarot decks altogether. But this is how what he wants from Dio. Yeah, I'm not necessarily great at reading this tarot deck. But what I feel like is that he wants Dio. He kind of wants the Santa Muerte deck in card in this deck means it's death, so it's like kind of end or change. Um, what I'm getting is kind of either he feels like Dio is a bit emotional and a bit kind of like the Dio that we see is not, he doesn't seem emotional at all, but the Dio that Kai sees is probably very emotional and very sensitive. And with this, I'm feeling like he wants for Dio to evolve from being so sensitive or being so emotional. And he knows that it's going to take time with the Nine of Pentacles in here. And it's just going to take a lot of grooming for him to grow into kind of the Empress comes out. So I kind of really want to say the queen that he is. Um, Dio is kind of masculine to me, but he's kind of coming out the way Kai wants him to be is I think he wants Dio to tap more into his feminine side, tap more into a feminine energy. Because right now it's just like he sees him as an emotional male, but he thinks that he would be better if he allows more, a more gentleness, a more effeminate type of energy to balance him out. That's how I'm feeling. Like he sees like Dio is kind of unstable because he won't allow himself to be a little less masculine than he already portrays himself to be. Okay, so let's go on to see what he needs from Dio. What does he need from Dio? Mm. Okay, so what I feel like he needs is he needs Dio to realize that kind of right now, I'm not sure if he's probably talking about himself or Dio. Hold on, my cat is at my feet. What do you want? Here. Okay. So, like, it's just like he feels like there's kind of trouble coming. And he's like, either he needs Dio to kind of get his head in the game or get himself straightened out, or he sees himself as someone who's a bit confused at where to move on next when it comes to dealing with Dio. Also, the King of Wands in reverse comes out. So Dio has not been, I feel like he needs Dio to um Dio hasn't been nurturing himself like he should be. He's not paying attention to himself. And I feel like Kai is just kind of like, okay, you realize he wants him to realize that he has way too much on his shoulders and on his mind, and that he's not taking care of himself like he should be. He needs for Dio to actually start over and start taking care of himself, to take a step back from dealing with everybody else and dealing with work and taking care of himself. Honestly, what's coming out in this reading is kind of the same that came out in their first reading, so I may not even upload this. Okay, how does he see Dio? How does Kai see Dio? Okay. Let me read this Eight of Pentacles. I told you I was going to have to come to the book for these. Some of these. It's very interesting to me because even though in the beginning it's like Kai kind of sees, he feels like Dio kind of is more an emotional masculine person, but at the same time, he sees him as someone who should be feminine or as someone who is actually naturally feminine. But because Dio won't kind of let that side of him shine, he ends up being an emotional masculine type person rather than a cool-headed, sort of effeminate person. I don't want to say effeminate, but there's a balance that most people should have between feminine masculinity. And I feel like Kai feels like Do is a bit off balance with that and tends to try to lean more towards mask when he's not actually as mask as he appears to be. Okay. So let me go on to the Eight of Pentacles in this deck. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles brings ideal situation of balance, of accumulation and prosperity. Luxury. Okay. So so he does see, like in the first one, he sees Dio as someone who's just extremely successful and has so many opportunities to gain such financial wealth. He feels like Dio's able to sort of accumulate that money and keep it well, but he does spend it too much on the rest of the members, or him. Um, Justice kind of comes out. Now, I'm not sure what the justice actually speaks on specifically in this relationship, but he feels like whatever is going on with Dio's money as well, that he's going to get justice for. Maybe he's not getting paid as much as he should be, even though he's still getting a good amount of money. It's just like not being paid the amount that he should be being paid for doing all of the work that he's doing. Again, back and forth within concerts and then filming for dramas and, recording all of that. He's like, I feel like he's saying that he's not making enough money. He sees him as someone who works hard and, gets paid, but not as much as he's deserving. And he feels like he sees him as someone who will get justice. And I think he also sees him as someone who gives, who basically is justice, probably in the group as well. He does see Dio as a lover. He does see Dio as his lover. And also again, he sees Dio as the Queen of Wands. It's more of a feminine energy. He sees, even where he comes up as the King of Cups, it's still an emotional male. But like I said, he kind of wishes that he leaned more towards his feminine side, because he feels like this brings him balance, and he still sees him as a more feminine type person, as a person who has more feminine energy than he's willing to let on. And it's interesting because in the first one, part one that I did, it was the same. For Kai, Dio comes up as not female, but just effeminate. Okay. So again, could not get too much romance out of this one. But let's see how Dio feels. What do feel like? But I do know that he does consider him a lover. And he most definitely is attracted to him with playfulness and chemistry. So you can take that as you want. So let's go on to Dio's trust and honeymoon. Okay. I think this is about enough. Okay. Romantically, what does Dio want from Kai? What does he want from Kai? Okay, so I don't know what all Kai is doing right now, guys. You would have to tell me in the comments, or on Tumblr or whatever. But not that he wants Kai to not have business deals or anything like that, but he's kind of thinking a little bit similar to Kai in the sense of he kind of wants Kai to cut down on all of the things that he's doing. Like, Like, not that he doesn't want him to make money, but he's just like, he feels like Kai needs to cut away all of the social activities that he does, or some of the social activities he does, and he feels like Kai needs to he feels like Kai oh, I thought that was the hermit. um yeah, because he kind of he too feels the same way. Like, he's like, he feels like Kai is so addicted to it. Like, he's so addicted to all of the social things that make him popular and kind of stand out. And he feels like, he's gaining things from it, but it's just kind of like, yeah, you're gaining from it, but it's kind of almost like becoming a sort of a bad habit to publicize everything. um Almost like he's addicted to it, and it's just like, dude doesn't see that necessarily as a great thing. That's probably because, dude, he may be a type of person that likes and enjoys his privacy. So for him, he probably doesn't really understand where Kai's coming from, for Kai to be one that loves to be on Instagram and other things like that, and just in social media as much as he possibly can. um Again, like, he feels like Kai needs to take baby steps with all of these things, kind of just cut it down a bit rather than being so much involved into it. um I don't know if this is gonna be romantic, guys. Um, yeah. If I do apply this in a more intimate and romantic way, um, it's gonna be kind of, it's not gonna be PG. Honestly, it's not. It's not gonna be PG at all. Um, because, yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. If I applied it in a different way, it would not be PG. So I'm not. I'm not. Let's go into what he needs from Kai. What does he need from Kai? Okay. Let me read this card, the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I figured something is weighing heavy on Kai's mind. I'm not sure what Dio is kind of seeing here, but Kai is still mentally struggling with a lot of things. Possibly he's got depression going on as well. Um, let's see. Yeah, he's possibly got a lot of depression still going on. Um, he sees Kai as someone who has a lot of emotional depth, who's got a lot of actual issues going on. And normally they're very close, in a sense where Dio can actually talk to him about things. But I feel like Kai is kind of closing himself off to him, and Dio's very worried about that. Um, Dio feels like he's being a little bit defensive as of late. I'm not sure what the topic may be about for them, but he feels like Kai may be on the defense about something. Um, yeah, he wants to. I feel like also with this Four of Pentacles, the way this card looks, I feel like he kind of wants. Kai to stop seeing him as someone who's like aggressively trying to, I'm not going to say control, but like aggressively trying to sort of understand what's going on. Like he wants him to stop seeing him as someone who's like trying to force him to talk to him because they're so used to being able to talk to each other easily. And he wants him to stop being so defensive and to kind of bring his guard down. I don't know what may have happened between them recently, but um Kai seems like he's probably on the defense when it comes to him right now. And I don't even think it's really a situation where it's Du's fault, but it's something that Kai's going through personally that he just is not yet ready to talk about. Okay, how does DLC Kai? He's got a lot of feelings for Kai. He's definitely got a lot of feelings for Kai. He sees Kai as someone who has a lot of options romantically. He sees him as someone who just has many options to go for. He could choose whoever or get whoever he wants to. He sees like Kai is also a little bit too much in his head. Like Kai is a very emotional person, but also like too much in his head. He sees like Kai won't kind of, and I feel like this is a kind of recent thing, won't kind of come out of his own head and talk to him. And he feels like a storm is kind of brewing in his happy relationship that he does have with Kai. Because the ten of this is 10 of Swords, not Pentacles. He feels like with the 10 of Swords, it's kind of like almost like he feels like something's coming to an end. Like he feels like it's not going to be a kind of a great ending between him and Kai recently, like as of now. I'm not, like I said, I don't know what's going on between them or what's going on with Kai in particular. Because Kai has full trust in Dio and Dio has full trust in him. But right now, it's kind of like he's not really sure that whatever he has going on is something that he wants to discuss with Dio at the time. So, yeah, that's about it. Well, once again, with KaiSoo, I'm not getting really too many romantic feelings coming on. Like they're romantic feelings, and Kai does view him as a lover, but so much else is on their mind right now that it's not even something that I can really just tap into at the moment. So I'm not sure. It's like right now, it's like kind of like work and emotional issues that are going on with them and between them that is really at the forefront of their mind. And that's the only thing that I'm kind of picking up on. And this is part 2, and it's kind of the same thing. So, but thank you for watching, everybody. I will do an update reading eventually, maybe next month or the month after next. Probably, yeah, probably next month. I'll do an update reading and see where they're at. But right now, Dio and Kai seem to be like very focused on work and very focused on emotional issues going on between them and focusing on regaining trust. Oh, speaking of which, that makes sense because of the trust card coming out, Dio wants him to trust him. He wants to get whatever's going on with Kai, he wants Kai to break away from everything and come. He wants him to break away from everything and come back to him and trust him with what's going on in his mind, which is why I figured, okay, which is why the cards are talking about how he felt like Kai needs to sort of break away from some of the social medias and kind of have some time to be with himself and be in his own mind, and then also be able to come to him and trust him with whatever is really bothering him. So that's all I have to say on KaiSoo. I guess whenever they start heating up again, I'll do another reading. Okay? All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know this is kind of long. Bye-bye.